A man walked up to the office building carrying 2 gas cans and told security he was going to burn it down. Security thought he was crazy and gave him 3 seconds to leave before they'd pull their guns. He counted down for them, and the moment they reached for their weapons, he moved fast. In 2.5 seconds, both guards were unconscious on the ground. He picked up the gas cans and walked straight into the scam call center like nothing happened. Everyone inside was busy hitting their quotas and had no idea what was coming. He announced that everyone had 10 seconds to get out, but they just laughed at him. So he grabbed one guy at random to wake everyone else up. After that demonstration, people suddenly started taking him seriously. Once the warning was over, he got to work, and that is when they realized he wasn't joking. Everyone panicked and ran for the exits while he calmly poured gasoline all over the desks. The supervisor couldn't believe some random guy was pouring gas in the office. He'd been running for 2 years. He was about to send security after him when the man struck first. He kicked a chair into one guard, grabbed another, and choked him out with a headphone cable around his neck. He smashed a keyboard and tablet into the last 2 guards, dropping every one of them in seconds. Then he faked a lunge at the supervisor who nearly wet himself, but the man didn't touch him. Instead, he rigged the gas cans with hidden explosives set to blow on the next incoming call. The next time a scam call came through, the entire building would explode, and the only reason he left the supervisor alive was simple. Adam was once the best agent in a covert organization, but after years of killing, he'd grown tired of it. He retired early and rented a farm in the countryside where he started keeping bees. His landlord was an older woman who never asked about his past and often invited him over for dinner. She treated him like family and made sure he was settling in. For the first time in his life, Adam felt like he had a home, so to thank her for everything, he decided to give her a gift. He brought over the first jar of honey he'd harvested himself. But when he knocked, no one answered, and a bad feeling hit him as he pushed the door open. Inside, he found a handgun on the floor and drops of blood that hadn't dried yet. The woman was slumped on the couch, already dead, and before he could process it, a gun pressed into his back. It was Verona, the landlord's daughter, who'd come home on leave to visit her mother. She walked in to find a bald stranger standing over her mother's body, and as a federal agent, she immediately assumed he was the killer. Adam tried to explain, but she wouldn't listen and had him arrested on the spot. But as soon as the police took him away, Verona found something suspicious on her mother's computer. Adam tested negative for gunpowder residue and was released an hour later. Verona realized she'd accused an innocent man, apologized, and then explained what really happened to her mother. While paying bills online, a pop-up appeared warning her that her files were at risk unless she called a tech support number. She called the number, but it wasn't tech support. It was a scam operation that walked her through giving them remote access. They drained the charity fund she'd started with her son's death benefits, money meant to help other veterans' families. She couldn't bear the loss and ended her own life. These scammers targeted the elderly every single day, running over 100 operations like this without consequence. Verona wanted justice for her mother, but the call center was hidden so well that even federal agents couldn't locate it. Before she even finished talking, Adam had already decided to come out of retirement. He drove back to the farm and pulled a box out of one of the beehives. Inside was a satellite phone he hadn't used in years. The operator was surprised to hear from him after so long, but Adam didn't have time for small talk. He demanded the location of the call center, and 2 hours later, the phone rang with an answer. With the address in hand, the rest was easy, and Adam headed straight to the building. He rigged the office to explode and leveled it completely, but left the supervisor alive on purpose. He wasn't showing mercy. He was using him as bait to draw out the real people in charge. The supervisor called his boss in Boston, and when the boss heard his call center had been destroyed, he nearly lost it. They traced the charity account back to Adam's farm and sent a crew to his place to kill him. But Adam was waiting. He'd rigged the barn with equipment and turned all the power on. The hit squad walked right into the trap, backlit and exposed, with no idea they were already dead. These guys split up to search a tiny space, and the second one of them pokes his head out. Adam appears behind him, wraps a chain around his neck, and chokes him out. The second guy goes down, when Adam moves in and drops him with one clean shot. Next up is a guy who plays music, but Adam shuts his tune down for good with a barrel to the mouth. The supervisor fires back, but aims too high and misses every shot, seeing all his men dead. He is shaking so bad he nearly wets himself. He barely gets to his feet before Adam is already right behind him. The gun barrel gets sliced clean through, leaving him with only 3 fingers. Adam doesn't kill him, just tosses him aside, and leaves. The supervisor escapes again and drives in a panic to a big bridge. Ignoring his missing fingers, he calls his boss to report. Adam was waiting for that call. Adam suddenly appears, yanks him out of the car, ties him to the bumper, and even reminds him to hold on tight before starting the engine and letting him experience the joy of flight. The boss hears his man screaming and realizes he is in trouble. Adam calmly takes the phone and tells him he is coming to kill him next. The boss acts tough but is terrified inside, so just to be safe, he brings in a security consultant. The old guy is a former CIA director, hired by the boss's mother to protect her son. When he hears the enemy calls himself a beekeeper, his scalp tingles. Of all the people to cross, this kid picked a stone-cold killer. He tells the boss he is dead within a week and not even Jesus can save him. The old man doesn't want in, but the boss's mother has serious pull, and under her pressure, the old guy finally agrees to take on this nightmare. With no leads, he calls the current CIA director. She is his hand-picked successor, so she owes him a favor. After running every channel, the director finally responds. Turns out, the beekeeper this guy crossed retired 2.5 years ago, and the current beekeeper is a total rookie. Adam is on his way to Boston. While filling up his truck, he is looking at the honey he never delivered, and thinking about the past when a pickup truck suddenly rams straight into him. A woman with a mohawk jumps out and opens fire on his truck with everything she has got. The gas station attendant tragically becomes collateral damage. Adam launches a counterattack and uses the fuel hose to catch her off guard. Turns out this is the current beekeeper. No idea where they found this clown. She has got a fraction of the skill, and Adam kicks her across the pavement. She goes for her gun, but Adam vanishes again. Too bad the weapon that is supposed to be unstoppable for 30 seconds barely does anything in her hands. Adam sees this isn't working, grabs the jar of honey, and smashes it over her head. Then, worried she might catch cold, he thoughtfully hands her a lighter. The flames shoot up fast, and she is sizzling in seconds. Adam cuts off her index finger while she is still warm, borrows her keys, and drives off in her sports car, leaving her body burning behind him. The old guy has no choice but to push forward. Luckily, he has got some skill and quickly assembles a Delta Force team. Before the OP, he briefs them on a classified program to keep America on top forever. The founders created an organization called the Beekeepers. They operate above the CIA and FBI and treat the nation like a hive. Whenever they find a threat to the order, beekeepers become judge and executioner, secretly eliminating anyone who disrupts the system. This mission's target is a retired beekeeper, so killing him isn't impossible. The old man is confident, but Adam's already prepared. He uses the severed finger to unlock a secret door. This is clearly one of the hives. After getting the boss's exact address, Adam picks out some useful gear and heads straight for the target. The Scam Center at Boston HQ is the global hub coordinating hundreds of fraud operations worldwide. Because of the boss's mother's influence, the FBI even sends a special response team as backup. While the team discusses their security plan, a man in a hat walks up and tries to join the conversation. The team leader figures he is a harmless civilian and tells him to leave, but the man says something that makes them all freeze before they can react. Adam strikes and flips the leader to the ground. For some reason, they all have guns but decide to fight him hand-to-hand instead. The outcome is predictable. Meanwhile, inside the building, the Delta team reaches the office floor, but when the lead operator orders an evacuation, the manager flat out refuses. This is the command center, pulling in millions every hour. The curly-haired boss is stupid enough to call and tell the squad to leave, so his crew can keep making money. He even starts the applause, not realizing Adam in the crowd is looking at him like he is an idiot. Adam throws down one unlucky guard and officially gets to work, even as the elite squad doubles back. He doesn't care and just remodels the entire lobby with bullets, then slides into the fire escape on his knees. The elite squad chases him down, but Adam's waiting at the corner for the team leader to get close. He grabs the guy's gun barrel and kills the entire squad in 2.5 seconds flat. The team leader loses it and pulls out a hatchet, trying to chop Adam into mincemeat. Adam's not scared of guns, so a hatchet doesn't faze him. He grabs a fire extinguisher and smashes the guy's head. To completely destroy the boss's operation, he plants evidence he prepared earlier, right as the tactical team arrives as backup. He goes back to the scam call center, and after a fun game of stapling the manager's forehead, gets intel on the real boss. But when he sees the photo of the curly-haired guy, Adam freezes for 2 seconds, and not because he is handsome. It is because his mom is the current president of the United States. The joint operation fails, and the boss can only hide at his mother's place, Mar-a-Lago, supposedly the most secure estate in America. With this much chaos, the old man naturally shows up, but this time he came prepared. He hired a mercenary team for serious money, and the captain is the only guy who ever killed a beekeeper. Of course, he paid a brutal price for it. A helicopter lands at the estate. The president personally arrives to protect her precious son, and no matter what trouble he causes, her love never fades. Because her presidency completely depends on her son's financial support, but too bad his luck ran out when he messed with the wrong person. Every manhole is welded shut, but Adam decides to take the sewers anyway. He uses a special tool to pop open a manhole, slides under a cargo truck, then waits for security to check underneath. The second they lock eyes, he takes the guard out, then changes into a security uniform. He walks into Mar-a-Lago with the other guards, finds a corner, and changes into a sharp-looking suit. He calmly walks into the cocktail party, but his cover lasts about 3 seconds. The mercenaries quickly surround Adam, and with the captain holding him at gunpoint, Adam has no choice but to kneel with his hands up. The captain pulls his gun to kill him, but the female agent yells for him to stop. At least she has some conscience. If he kills this bald guy, he gets a $300 million bounty, and after the old man gives the signal, the situation suddenly reverses. But Adam doesn't kill innocent people and always spares the Secret Service. But the mercenaries are a different story. Hearing the chaos outside, the president finally realizes how terrifying the beekeeper is, but it is too late. Dag fights his way to the floor where mother and son are hiding, but he is blocked before he can reach them. The mercenary captain charges out again. This guy's actually pretty tough, thick skin, and takes a beating. He takes a bullet but doesn't slow down and even seems to be gaining the upper hand with his size and strength advantage. Dag slips up for a second, and the guy even stabs him, but luckily the captain has a weakness. Dag kicks off his prosthetic leg and instantly turns the fight around. Dag reaches the door where mother and son are hiding, but the old man suddenly appears playing peacemaker. He says since Dag's retired there is no need to take things this far, but he has no idea Dag was an orphan. Through her, Dag had finally felt what family was like, and then she was driven to shoot herself, so he has to get justice. After an explosion, Dag finally comes face to face with the boss. Facing the massive pressure from the beekeeper, the son's so desperate he takes his own president mother hostage. What twisted loyalty! Dag's about to move when the female agent suddenly bursts into the room from the other side. Seeing her point a gun at him, Dag has to remind her exactly how her mother died. Then he suddenly moves and blows the son's brains out. With his revenge complete, Dag rushes to the window and the agent calls out to him. But she can't bring herself to betray him. After a nod, Dag doesn't stay any longer, leaps over the estate wall. He leaves behind nothing but a cool silhouette. As a beekeeper, he already planned his escape route long ago.